The Canary Capital Spot XRP ETF can now be bought and sold. There is a stock called XRPC on the NASDAQ. Investors can now get XRP through a regular trading account for the first time in the current crypto learning curve. That means getting rid of wallets and keys and using account-based contacts instead. Most of the things we use to make money still run on old tracks. It takes time to get used to a transfer. Cutoffs slow things down and fees eat away at our cash flow. As things move faster in the world, XRP makes it possible for transfers to keep up. We can now get to it with just one click for the first time. It's not theory, it's useful information. In the real world, XRP is used to settle transactions between networks, banks, fintechs, and other payment companies. This technology can be used in regulated markets quickly, directly, and easily with the ETF structure. But it also gives buyers something the market has been missing: the edge of being on the underdog. The Canary XRP ETF was made to react to market demand while keeping the discipline and structure of a listed product. It is smaller, more flexible, and built to move. XRP was made to be fast and efficient. It settles deals in seconds and has low predictable costs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Payments first technology is no longer just a story. Data centers are having to grow to handle demand that has never been seen before, and company treasuries have to give real-time visibility. It is a necessary system. SWIFT lets banks send messages safely, but the final payment can take hours or even days. On the other hand, XRP's rails moves value quickly between currencies in real time for a lot less money while still being very safe. Even though these systems can work together, XRP can do the job and turn purpose into reality on its own. You can measure the change. XRP settles in 3 to 5 seconds, and the ledger handles about 1,500 transactions per second. Each day, hundreds to thousands or even millions of transactions happen. The retail layer is getting Web3 usefulness. For instance, the Uphold debit card now gives 6% back in XRP on charges that can be spent anywhere Visa is accepted, and the Gemini Solana card gives points right away in Solana. These goods show that there is a lot of support for adding crypto rails to regular crypto payments. Now that the Spot XRP ETF is live, investors can get exposure to XRP through systems they are already familiar with, such as standards, accounts, clear statements, and simple tax paperwork. This item is about getting to it and being disciplined. It's not about the hype. What the ETF is meant to do is simple: show how much XRP the fund owns, minus the sponsor fee and other costs. The Canary XRP ETF is a new way to get into the cryptocurrency market for people who are interested in the technology behind the scenes. There are no keys or wallet management required, and the fund is just listed on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol XRP. Bitco, a trusted organization, is in charge of custody. US Bank handles the business. Both are known for being honest and following the rules. A number of investors are very interested in Web3 when unnecessary barriers are taken away, as shown by the recent launches of several ETFs. As an example, the Bitwise Solana ETF had a $55 million first-day volume thanks to a 0% fee offer. In just the first 90 minutes, the Osprey XRP fund saw $24 million in volume. In just a few weeks, it had more than $100 million in assets under control. Hedera's ETF gained $8 million on the first day. Activity speeds up when it's easy to get to something: regular flights. Based on a base situation of $12.50 by 2028, Geoff Kendrick thinks that XRP could get close to Ethereum's market cap and even beat it in good conditions. Kendrick did say that XRP is useful in the same way that stablecoins are useful. It makes transactions fast, easy, and formal. Stephen McClure, CEO of Canary Capital, predicted that up to $5 billion could come into XRP within the first 30 days. This would be a huge increase from Ethereum's shaky market and entry performance. His bold statement is better than how well Bitcoin's ETF launched. What's different about this ETF? Most digital asset exchange traded funds, ETFs, are interested in digital gold stories and the promise of smart contracts platforms that work, such as Ethereum and Solana. With XRP's fast settling, stable prices, and efficient currency routing, the Canary XRP ETF is more focused on its direct use in real-world payments. It sounds good to me. Traditional processes can also be done with the ETF format without any problems. You can buy and sell XRP on the NASDAQ ticker through a trading account, or an IRA use normal trades to rebalance. Get statements that you know and keep track of the cost base for your taxes. The standard RAIA processes can be used by advisors to assign. It doesn't have a wallet, private keys, or exchange outputs. Authorized users create and redeem tokens, which helps with liquidity and price alignment. The 050 sponsor fee is clear and reasonable, and daily control and institutional custody will still be the top priorities. The Canary XRP ETF is easy to get to and straightforward in how it works. There is no borrowing, no fake baskets, and no secret overlays. If your financial thesis says that there will be a greater need for real-time settlement solutions as global trade becomes more always on, this ETF is a clear way to say it. Speculative products and compute-heavy products are used for different things. Canary's XRP ETF was only interested in cross-currency purchases that move money in seconds. In this case, ease isn't a problem. It is the most important thing for buyers who want to focus on the payments lane. This is the plan for the goods for that. Here are 8 reasons why buyers are paying attention right now. Proven need. Solana, Hydera, and the Rex Osprey XRP ETFs all brought in a lot of money on the first day when the limits were lowered. XRP speed and consistent fees set it apart from digital gold and compute-centric coins for payment first. Adoption by businesses. With $1.25 billion, Ripple bought Hidden Road, and with $1 billion, they bought G. Adding the treasury brings institutional processes onto the blockchain. Treasury synergy. Through XRP connections, corporate treasuries can see and settle funds right away consumers can reach. Visa has bank cards that can earn you XRP. Show how it's used in a real store. Analysts get together. Kendrick's 1,250 guests for 2020, 2028. Anchors institutional optimism, even though it can be very different based on who you ask. Practical ease of use. The ETF gives you exposure to a single asset. Standard fees and standard ways of reporting institutional protection and custody are offered by Bitco Trust and US Bank, which lowers operating risk. To hold XRP directly, you need private keys, management, and a place to store your wallet. This can be hard for businesses and most individual investors. That delay is gone with the ETF model. You can buy a ticker, rebalance like a stock, and automatically keep track of cost bases, all while being supervised by the government. Some banks don't let businesses buy digital assets like Chase UK's digital asset block. ETF wrappers provide a safe and easy way to get exposure. Let's look at some of what the analysts think will happen. We range from being very bearish to being very hopeful. On the left are the experts and institutions' goals for 2025 and 2028, along with the most important things that would need to happen for these prices to be reached. And it's clear that this ranges from the high end of $1.35 to the low end, okay? And everything in between here, up to $1,000 from Domquak X Goldman, who is building in the XRP space. A lot of different guesses have been made. Time will tell. People who need it and want it will show up along with businesses and regular people. This could be the way to a stable financial future. Canary Capital, which is run by CEO Stephen McClure and focuses on single asset digital products, is behind the ETF Bitco Trust, looks after the assets, and also takes care of other US listed ETFs.